So there is a guy who was like a Call of Duty YouTuber. He was a Call of Duty YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or something. I don't fucking know, man. And now he's like a bald 40-year-old man who just posts the most vile Zionist propaganda you'll ever see in your life. Me talking about him is going to give him the most attention he's ever gotten in his career for like the last 10 years. Because he gets no views anymore. All of his subscribers are just people who don't use their accounts anymore from 10 years ago, and they remained subscribed to him from when he was, back when he was like a Call of Duty YouTuber. Is this guy right here, Hutch. 800k subs, gets like 10k views per video, chatting with Lonerbox, you know, chatting with, I'd do that. The guy who justifies the shooting of children in the head, the guy who claimed that slain Palestinian toddlers are actually adult Hamas members to justify their slayings. Average slop YouTuber. So this guy became like a fanatical genocidal Zionist from Call of Duty YouTuber. What a weird fucking trajectory, right? From Call of Duty to whatever the fuck this is. He deleted all of his gaming videos and started just doing Zionist propaganda. Interesting stuff. He's also, to be clear, he's refused to debate me. I've challenged him multiple times. He is fucking so fucking afraid of me. It's crazy. Let's take a look at some of his delightful claims. Firstly, this guy really likes to justify bombing hospitals. It's like his favorite thing, probably. He's doubled down on it multiple times. Like he's at the level of Zionism where you're not even a liberal Zionist anymore. You can't even claim to that. You're just openly justifying hospital bombings. You're not even trying to hide it. It's of course him reacting to Hassan, right? That's what all these people do. Like, they rely on Hassan. If Hassan went away tomorrow, they'd go away tomorrow. Without him, they have no content. These guys never they never do anything original. All they do is leech off others. Describes Ethan Klein perfectly as well, by the way. He's never made an original piece of content in his life.
Systems under hospitals, and that is part of the reason why Israel is bombing hospitals.
Does anybody dispute
bombing hospitals is a war crime.
No.
You heard his reaction to that? Hassan said that Israel is justifying the bombing of hospitals by saying that Hamas has command centers on a hospital, something that there's no evidence for. And bold Call of Duty YouTuber here, his response was to say, does anyone deny that? Does anyone think that's not real? Yeah, literally everyone. Actually, literally everyone except the IDF and Zionists like you. Yes, actually. There's literally no evidence of that that's ever been provided. Yeah, factual. Truth. They bomb every hospital in Gaza. Do you think like all 36 of them have command centers under them? Are you fucking insane? And then now he goes on to justify the bombing of hospitals. I'm not kidding you.
Is a war crime.
No, it's not.
Okay? Bombing hospitals.
Bombing hospitals is a war crime. No, it's not.
Is a war crime. In your conversation
To be clear, and I'm not saying all hospitals should be bombed, but
not all hospitals should be bombed, okay? Just some of them.
There's no such thing as like a building that is exempt from bombing if it's a valid military target.
Gone back and forth.
That's not true at all either. You're not allowed to bomb anything to attack any building if the toll of doing so is disproportionate to the military advantage. And bombing a hospital can pretty much never, ever, ever, ever be proportionate to the military advantage gained from that bombing. It's a fucking place with sick people with no legs who can't run. It's a place of vulnerable, ill people who can't get away, who can't do anything, who can't evacuate. So yes, there's literally no situation under international humanitarian law where it would make sense to attack an actual active hospital that hasn't been abandoned for like years just to get to a supposed military target within it. Literally, there's practically no situation where that could be justified, where it's not a war crime. Not to mention that the idea that there are military targets in the hospital is a fucking lie. You cannot and will not provide any evidence for it, aside from like the IDF fucking planting easily movable weapons in basements that they themselves built on the Al-Shifa hospital, which no one ever fucking bought. What a disgusting freak.
On it, and you called it a war or whatever. But having said that, in your conversation with Sam Cedar, you thought you had a gotcha.
I'm not sticking up for bombing every hospital. I'm saying if you set up shop in a hospital, you make that hospital a valid military target.
You factually do not make it a military target by default. It's deal with proportionate advantage. 2, you don't have any fucking evidence they did that in the first place. You're still spreading it.
It is not illegal by international.
Fucking go play Call of Duty. Go play Call of Duty and get fucking creamed by a 14-year-old Fortnite kid. That's your destiny. Go back to what you knew. Too old for it now, so this is what you're doing.
Not something to be celebrated, but you can't disagree with me. You can just look it up.
How is that
why don't you look it up yourself?
This isn't something that's like, oh, I have an opinion.
Pro-Zionist. Would you like to explain that?
Jesus Christ. So that's your taste of Hutch. That's your taste of the wonderful Zionist Hutch, who is definitely afraid to debate me, but who constantly challenges random Twitter commenters to debates. He'll debate like a random guy with 2 followers on Twitter, but he won't debate me. I'm like Voldemort for him. as I am for most of these people. And he's a genocide denier as well. He denies genocide with the most vile, disgusting talking points imaginable. If I were committing a genocide, I would probably at least kill people faster than the birth rate in the region. He said this multiple times. He really likes this talking point particularly. That's not even the only time he said it. He said, if they're intending to destroy the population of Gaza, one would think they would kill them off at a higher rate than the birth rate in that region. This is such a bizarre talking point. For one, birth rates from Gaza are from before October 7th. There's no fucking statistics regarding actual real birth rates in Gaza. Do you think the census is going on in Gaza? You think they're counting this shit? Are you kidding me? They can barely count the dead. And you think they're counting birth rates? The birth rate in Gaza has undoubtedly fucking plummeted as a result of this, but obviously we don't have numbers for that because it's a fucking active genocide, you dumb fuck. So the argument he's making here is based off birth rates from before October 7th. Like, obviously there can't be a genocide because if you look at the like FBI World Factbook statistic, which is an estimation based off the previous year statistics, it says so. It's an estimation. It's not an actual real statistic. That thing that he's undoubtedly referring to here, because it's the source that all these Zionists have used, and this guy doesn't have original thought in his body, he gets it from other people. It's literally a made-up estimation based off the trend from before October 7th, you dumb fuck. For two, there's nothing in the definition of genocide that says birth rates have to go down for it to be a genocide. There's nothing, in fact, in the definition of genocide that says the genocide has to be successful for it to be a genocide. Just because you're bad at genocide or because it's not as extensive as you might like it to be doesn't mean you're not committing genocide. You can commit genocide without killing a single person. Look at the fucking law. You appeal to like international law, your own made-up interpretations of it. Where in the law, the like definition of genocide, does it say that people have to die? It doesn't say a single thing about it. It's not a requirement. It's a possibility. So this talking point is a fucking total joke. It's just disgusting. Like, you're talking about birth rates to deny genocide? And I undoubtedly will tell you, this guy then, he thinks that there's a genocide in Xinjiang, by the way. He thinks there's a genocide in Xinjiang. And he'll make talking points like that when the population of Uyghurs in Xinjiang has increased, so there can't be a genocide, right? He tries to frame ethnic cleansing as evacuation to safe zones. Check this one out. He says the ICJ ruling was nuanced. No, it fucking wasn't. It was unequivocal. Clear majority. And guess what's going to happen with the ICJ ruling, by the way? Very likely, almost certainly going to be genocide because Israel has done everything to give them the reason to do so. He goes on to say, 1 million were evacuated over 3 weeks to safe zones, north and northwest. This happened and Biden pressured Israel to allow it. And that's good, actually. Now, I went over earlier how I'll show it again. The Biden administration said they never put any pressure on Israel. Its officials are bragging about this now. Biden officials never pressured Israel for ceasefire. Israeli officials have even bragged about this, and Biden officials have been open about it. So that never happened. And he frames what is ethnic cleansing. This is Israel ethnically cleansing Palestinians who they never intend to allow to return. That's what this was. They ordered them to leave under threat of being murdered. And then they bombed their supposed safe zones anyway. This guy frames ethnic cleansing with genocide. Genocidal ethnic cleansing. That's what that is. He frames it as actually humanitarian safe zones. Thank you, Israel, for confining us to the concentration camp safe zone. The fucking Auschwitz, I can never say Polish words, safe zone. Thank you, Israel. The Treblinka fucking safe zone. Thank you so much, Israel, for making these safe zones to protect the Palestinians in this definitely not genocide because of the birth rates. No wonder he won't debate me, Jesus Christ. From Call of Duty to genocide denial, from Call of Duty to genocide support. This is not just denial, this is outright support. And this guy, by the way, is of course like being praised and lauded by Ethan Klein. Like, how fucking far has the H3 podcast fallen? They used to get like fucking real like fucking worldwide celebrities like Bill Burr and shit in there. Now they're getting fucking 10k view per video, ex-Call of Duty YouTuber who supports genocide to call in. Jesus, the lowest of the low. They've gotten so low. It's amazing. This is what they're dealing with now. What a fall. Incredible and 100% deserved. I hope it gets worse for them because that's what Zionists deserve. Anyway, yeah, what a piece of shit. What a turd. Unbelievable. From playing shoot a video game, famously the shooter video game for like 12-year-old boys who say the N-word, to advocating for genocide to a whopping 100 viewers. How does this shit happen? What a fucking shit world we live in. What a joke.